tonight's matchup between the guests on the scoreboard, the Boone Toreadors, home team, your Ballard Bombers. First, we have the starters for our guests from Boone, leading off number 10, Sydney Adams, third baseman. Batting second, number 18, Gracie Gustafson, center fielder. Batting third, number 1, shortstop, Aaron Aids. Batting fourth, number 12, Maura Nystrom, first baseman. Batting fifth, number 11, Avery Howie, the catcher. Batting sixth, number 6, Shannon Jenkins, the pitcher. Batting seventh, number 2, Jillian Malice, second baseman. Batting eighth, number 4, Eva Landis, right fielder. And batting ninth, number 9, Carla Bush, left fielder. And now, Bomber fans, here is your starting lineup for tonight. Leading off for the Bombers, number 4, the catcher, Maddie Scharnhorst. Batting second for the Bombers, number 22, the center fielder, Olivia Waka. Batting third for the Bombers, number 44, second baseman, Jada Landy. Batting in the cleanup spot, pitching tonight, number 1, Brooklyn Baumgartner. Batting fifth for the Bombers, number 3, Avery Phillips, third baseman. Batting sixth, number 15, Afton Holmes, first baseman. Batting seventh for the Bombers, number 12, Hallie Gardner, the shortstop. Batting eighth for the Bombers, number 29, Carl Lewis, right fielder. Batting ninth for the Bombers, the DP, number 27, Maggie Mortensen. And playing in left field tonight, number 5, the flex, Kenna Zimmerman. Now, softball fans, everyone please rise, remove your hats. Face the flag in center field as we honor our flag and our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, good evening, folks. After a resounding rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, we're ready to go out here at Ballard Field, Gary Telford Stadium Field. I can't remember what it's called out here, but I've got a special guest color analysis with me. All things Ballard as it comes to being a head coach here, newly anointed women's head basketball coach, Pat Winya. Pat, how you doing tonight, my friend?
Glad to be here, Tim. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, you know, it was last minute, and we were kind of looking for somebody. As Brock had some other obligations, he couldn't be here tonight. And I said, hey, Pat, would you want to stand in? He said, sure, why not? Pat's done some softball coaching at the high school level in the past, Pat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now you coach some of the stuff in the Ballard Little League. So you got all ages from you've done basically all the ages, haven't you, Pat?
You bet.
Hey, and belated Happy Father's Day, because you got your girl dad, right? You got 3 at home?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Thanks. Happy Father's Day to you.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Okay, guys, we're going to get you set here for Around the Horn as we get this thing started. It'll be the Ballard Bombers come with a 6-13 record against the Boone Toreadors, who are 10-10 on the season. And set the table for you on the bump. For the Bombers will be Brooklyn Baumgartner. Behind the plate will be Maddie Scharnhorst. Playing first base will be Afton Holmes. Second baseman Jada Landy. Shortstop Hallie Gardner. Third base will be Avery Phillips. Around the outfield, you'll have Kenna Zimmerman in left, Olivia Waka in center, and Cara Bolton-Lewis in right field. To lead it off here for the Toreadors will be Sydney Adams, the third baseman. Baumgartner just misses low with that one. Pat, looks like the wind's kind of blowing out to left field. Could have a little Wrigley Field syndrome here tonight.
Sure hope so. Let's see some bombs.
Let's see some bombs. I agree. Brooklyn checking her armband, getting the sign. Down 1-0. That one misses high. 2-0 here now to Sydney Adams for the Toradors. Bear with me, folks. We don't have a ledge up here. We'll be talking to Mr. Chris Gardner about that issue once he gets up here, as he was a big piece of this renovation. That one misses high and tight on Adams. Sydney Adams, the junior third baseman for the Toradors. She comes in hitting .356 on the season. She's way ahead here as it's 3-0. Baumgartner looks to deal, rocks and fires, and misses low. Adams draws the leadoff walk. Pat, talk to me about why that's not a good thing, if you would, sir.
Well, anytime you get a base runner with no outs, you're in a little bit of trouble. We got a lefty up here. Look for the slap hit.
Okay.
Maybe a little bunt, move her over, but
Gracie Gustafson will step in for the Toradors. Right on cue with the little bunt action, as we had a charge over there from the Ballard third baseman, and that is Avery Phillips, who was on the move. Just as Coach Winya called it right there, little bunt. Down 0-1, so Baumgartner will work ahead here for the Bombers. As again, it's Gracie Gustafson who stands in there for the Toradors. Right back up the middle and just out of the reach of Hallie Gardner. Right back up the box. So that'll be a single for Gustafson, and that'll be runners on first and second, nobody out. And Aaron Aids step to the plate. And this is someone we don't want to see with runners in scoring position. Aids comes in hitting .439 with 24 RBIs, 4 home runs. All the things you look for.
I'm guessing scouting report today, keep it low and away.
Yeah, and she nubs that one right back to Baumgartner. She'll get the easy one at first. So that'll be 1-3 on the put out there for out number 1. That does advance the runners. Kind of sawed her off there a little bit, didn't it, Pat?
Yeah,
she
it
just
was a good pitch by Baumgartner.
Yes,
a little slow. She got ahead of it. So
took a little off, and now let's bring up the first baseman, Maura Nystrom, for the Toradors. Is their second and third, one out. Something cooking early. Swings through that one, does Nystrom. Baumgartner has been through it all in her career here with the Bombers, as she's on her way to DMAC over there in Boone next year, but she has thrown a ton of pitches and had a lot of big game experience. Ooh, that was dirty.
Yep.
We got a nice view up here. That had some nice movement on it. Some good, solid spin. And bear with me, folks. I was just telling Pat and the executive producer, Dan Inkler, first softball game I've ever done in my entire life on the fast pitch side. Slow pitch was a thing, but that one misses. Oh, no, it's a little delayed call. So we got 1 and 2 here to Nystrom. I thought that was outside. Third baseman playing in. Someone gets by her. Coming home, they'll be play at the plate, and she's going to slide in there just safe. Ooh, and she may have got her hand stepped on right there. Number 10 did, but good hustle. Adams looks like she got her hand stepped on by Baumgartner, not on purpose, just part of the game. Wild pitch will advance the runners. And Gustafson to third. That'll even up the count, I believe. Baseman Avery Phillips playing in, maybe trying to cut that run off. Toradors have a
big strikeout there.
Yes, sir. Quick 1-0 lead as Nystrom goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Avery Howie, for the Toradors. Howie is just a freshman. That's a strike in there from Baumgartner, just at the knees, painting the outer half. She's working ahead in the count, which is always crucial, correct, Pat?
Yep.
I always find it funny with softball, baseball, these kids are allowed to play extra years, and that one is ripped into left by the freshman Avery Howie. That'll score a run. Gustafson comes in, and that's a quick 2-0 lead here for the Toradors, the top half of the first, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Shannon Jenkins.
Looked like she went with the changeup there, and batter did a good job of keeping the weight back and ripping one to left field.
Jenkins with the bunt. It'll go foul. Good wheels over there on first base from Howie. I think that's still her over there. I don't believe that they subbed her in courtesy runner. Nope, that's her. Can you sub courtesy runner for catcher in softball, Pat?
I believe catcher and pitcher.
Pitcher, okay. That's what I thought. Again, folks, I apologize. I'm not up to date on all my rules, but she swings through that one. A little high heat there. Jenkins couldn't keep up with that one. Jenkins, just a junior for the Toradors. Hot, sticky evening here this evening at the ball field. 2 strikes on her, and she throw her out at second, and that'll be Howie in with a stolen base. Avery Howie advances to second.
Focus on the batter here. Ahead on the count.
Got 2 down. 1-2 the count on Jenkins. Skips that one in there. Nice stop. Catcher back here, Maddie Schonhorst, working hard. On a hot night like tonight, not the most favorite place to be with wearing the gear back there, Pat. I had a buddy of mine caught for a number of years, and whew, boy. That one's hit hard over there to third baseman. Can't come up with it at first, and that'll be an error over there. Avery Phillips fielded it cleanly, couldn't get it across the diamond over there to first baseman Afton Holmes, couldn't scoop it. So now it'll be 3-0. Meeting of the minds on the mound. As Howie scored there, Jenkins reaches on the air, and there's 2 down with it Jillian Malice, the second baseman, coming up. Malice, a senior infielder for the Toradors. Comes in hitting .281 on this season. Coach Bailey Richards having a conversation. Pat, I will say this about the softball and baseball schedules. It is a grind at the high school level. I mean, these girls are playing a lot of softball games and practicing, and right now it is as hot as blazes out there. So you got to try to get out of here, get in the dugout, get in the shade, get the bats going. Baumgartner throws one just a little low there to Jillian Malice, second baseman. Shannon Jenkins, the pitcher, reached on the air. And Toradors lead 3-0 here, top half of the first, as Baumgartner checks her wristband and delivers. In her half.
Good shot.
Really good pitch there from Brooklyn. Check the stats. I believe Brooklyn's thrown 91 innings this year for the Bombers. In softball, that's not unheard of. Fouls that one off, does Malice. Up way early here on the count. 1-2. Folks are running our Wi-Fi off of a hotspot on a phone here, so just in case things get squirrely. There's a good pitch, just missed on the outer half. Deuces are wild here now. What's she coming with here, Coach Winya?
I'd go high and tight.
High and tight. It's the prediction. We'll see if the prognostication is there, and he was on it, but she laid off. I'll tell you what, I bring you guys up here in the booth. You and Steve Domino did the baseball game a few weeks ago with me. He was spot on. You guys know your stuff. That's good to see. Hey, full count here, 2 outs. Runners moving on the pitch. I'm assuming it's that one. Nubs it foul over there. Holmes will grab it.
Pretty good plate discipline right now by this batter.
Yes, it is. And this is Malice, like I said. That's senior. Seen a few things up there. 3-2 again. Lays off that one just a little high, and Brooklyn would have kind of wanted that one, so that'll move Jenkins to second. Malice reaches on the walk. Going to bring up the right fielder, Ava Landis. Ava, just a freshman here for Boone. Big spot for her, first and second, 2 down. Against the all-conference pitcher, Brooklyn Baumgartner. Good movement on that one, just missed again. I will say this crow's nest is nice up here.
Very nice.
This is top-notch stuff.
There you
Good little, is that a little curve, a little screwball? What am I seeing on that spin
Almost
there,
a little drop ball.
Little drop ball, okay.
Kind of similar to a changeup.
Okay. Sure looks funny coming out of there. It's spinning like a top. She missed that one high and outside. Brooklyn's really nibbling here. I think she just needs to bear down, go right after him. There she goes. 2-2 the count. Deuces wild again here for the Toradors.
Batter's really crowding the plate. Just stay on the inner half and throw it hard.
Moran, I like that idea a lot. Get out of this inning, stop the bleeding, and here we go. Baumgartner rocks and fires again. Coach on cue there with the inside, the inner half.
Looked pretty good here,
It
too.
did.
Must
I
have been a
agree.
little high.
I think it was just a little high, and when she crowds that plate
Yep.
like that, it's a little bit deceiving for the boys in blue, which that's okay. Good job by the batter. She's got to have quick hands to get through it. She went with the changeup again and just missed, so that's another walk for Baumgartner, and that'll put the bases loaded with Carly Bush. Comes up, the junior. Bush comes in hitting .400 on the season.
Pretty good for nine.
For a nine-hitter, so maybe that second leadoff girl, huh? We don't need any of that .400 batting average to shine its head right now. We could use a ground ball or an out. Strikeout would be fine. Pop out. We just need an out here, Pat. We don't need any more runs. It's 3-0 Toradors. Bases are loaded.
Give her something to hit. Trust the infield.
You bet.
Make a play.
Wind's blowing out, as we said. Don't want to elevate anything too high and let her hit it hard. And she just missed that one.
Ooh, that was a cut.
Yes, it was. She didn't get cheated that one, did Carly Bush. Ooh. I'd stay away from that middle in right now if I'm Brooklyn. And if it is, it's going to be up by her eyeballs. That one's hit to right field, going to fall down for a base hit. Gets by Cara Lewis, and that'll score 2 on the single from Bush. That'll bring in Jenkins and Malice. Landis will go to third. And Bush to first on the single. And we will roll over the lineup here, and the leadoff hitter, Sydney Adams, will come up. Swing and a miss. Schonhorst fakes the throw to second, holds it. No throw. Bush will take advantage. Baumgartner works ahead, 0-1. Got to stop the bleeding here, Pat.
Yep.
Came with that change again, just missed it. Brooklyn's having a hard time throwing that change up for strikes right now.
Yeah, I think usually that's just a pitch to get them chasing.
Yep.
They got some pretty good discipline at the plate here.
They do. Boone comes in 10-10 on the season.
Good shot.
Good hard down and in, swinging a little foul there from Adams as she goes down 1-2 on the count. So Baumgartner's up in this one. We'll see what she comes back with. It's kind of been the changeup, but I wouldn't mind seeing that high and tight right here.
Quit messing around. Just go after it here. Come on. Ooh.
Just missed as Adams held off on that one. She wanted it, but now here we go. Deuces wild with 2s across the board, but 5 runs have scored so far for Boone. Big at bat here for Sydney Adams as well as for Brooklyn Baumgartner. That one's laced over the shortstop, Hallie Gardner's head, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. It's going to score 2, and Adams is going to stay on second. And the Toradors are tearing the cover off the ball right now. There's been some walks, and then there's been some timely hitting, which has led to a 7-0 lead here in the top half of the first, and it brings up Gracie Gustafson again, the center fielder.
They've had 2 line drives just out of reach of the infield.
Yep.
Man.
There's a good pitch on the outer half. Brooklyn's just got to stay right there, stay composed. And Gustafson, the senior outfielder. Leader of the outfield, center fielder. That one just misses outside. Got to give a shout out to my old buddy Nels Nord. He's at home listening tonight. It's probably too hot for him to be outside. So Nels, stay inside where it's nice and cool.
Go Hawks now. Go Hawks.
There it is. There's another Hawkeye fan for you. He'll appreciate that. Nels probably mowed his grass today in his long pants and shirt, and hasn't rained in 3 weeks. But anyway, Nels, we're glad you're tuned in, buddy. One of Huxley's finest over the past 6 decades, and that one just misses inside. Whew. Not really just, but that was, I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Pat, I don't want to see Aaron Ades come up again this inning. 3-1 the count here to Gustafson. Brooklyn rocks and fires, paints the outside edge. I'm having deja vu. It's 3-2, 2 outs again here. We need to get an out and get off the field here for the Bombers and all the Bomber faithful tuned in at home. Brooklyn rocks and fires. Jammed her. There's a good play. That'll
Time to get the bats going.
You bet. 4-3 on the put out there for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, I can tell you, not ideal for the Bombers to start out this one as they trail 7-0 after the top half of the first. It was a few walks, some timely hitting, an error, and the Toreadors took advantage of it to take the lead 7-0 here. Well, like you said, Pat, Bombers got to get the bats going right now. They don't have any time to get them warmed up. It's a hot enough day. They should be heated up already.
Still early.
Still early.
Just have some energy. Get positive.
That's right.
Make some things happen.
Stay positive. I like that mindset, absolutely. See some pitches here if you're the Bombers. Make the pitchers work. Let those guys stand in the infield a little bit longer than they want to. That's kind of a nice thing. But this is take you around the horn here for Boone. It'll be at third base. It'll be Sidney Adams. Shortstop will be Aaron Ades. Second base, Jillian Malice. First base, Maura Nystrom. Pitching will be Shannon Jenkins, number 6. Doing the catching will be number 11, Avery Howie, who had that timely hit. Take you around the outfield, playing left field, number 9, Carly Bush. Playing center field, number 18, Gracie Gustafson, and playing right field, number 4, Ava Landis. Leading off for the Ballard Bombers be Maddie Scharnhorst. Maddie, just a freshman, playing catcher tonight. See if she can't get us going early here, Coach.
Yep, set the tone here.
Set the tone, get the lead off.
Looks like this pitcher's only got 9 strikeouts on the year, so time to put the ball in play.
Right, throws to contact. That one just misses low. 1-0 here to Scharnhorst. Solid crowd here tonight out at the stadium.
Bingo night.
It is bingo night. Did we get a card? We should have. That'll be fouled off. Nubs that one just foul. It'll be 1-1 here to the freshman Scharnhorst. See if I can tell you. Maddie's hitting .322 on the season for the Bombers. It's that one right in the gap, just out of the reach of the second baseman. Scharnhorst will reach with a single, and again, Coach Pat right on cue with the prognostication. That'll bring up 8th grader Olivia Waka.
It's a really good job by Scharnhorst taking that outside pitch to the opposite field.
Yep, didn't try to do too much with it. Just went with the pitch, didn't try to roll it over, and that's what you said with not a lot of strikeouts. You're pitching to contact. Ooh, close play over there at first. Nice little sequence, a little
pretty good, sneaky.
Yeah.
Bring that second baseman behind.
It's like the old the butler on Mr. Deeds. Never underestimate my sneakiness. Yeah.
Sneaky,
sir. Yeah, I think we referenced that this weekend at the golf tournament, didn't we, executive producer Dan Ixler? Ooh, and Waka misses that bunt, tries to get it down. That'll be 0-2. executive producer Dan Inksler and I played with a couple other guys, some of his buddies, down at a charity golf tournament this weekend, Copper Creek. Came home with a victory. Came home with a victory. There may have been some mulligans involved and some other things, but a win's a win. A win's a win.
Weak field.
Easy now. 19's not bad. Waka fouls that one back out of play. Heads up or heads down.
Keep battling here. Put it in play.
I got a correction. Nels has been around here for 8 decades, and he went for his walk today at 4 p.m. So if anybody's keeping track, just let you know. Waka fouls that one off and out of play. I am very glad he's tuned in right now.
Waka's trying to hit some vehicles in the parking lot.
Yes, she is, but she's staying alive. 0-2 to the 8th grader. Waka hits that one high, and we are out of sorts right now with Sean Horse. She's got a hustle, makes it back to first.
Close.
Maddie, not sure what she was doing there, but Waka hit that one pretty good, just a little too high for the first out of the inning. Maddie Schonhorst got back to first. Oh.
Lucky that throw was off a little bit.
Yes, it was. And I think the center fielder was caught off guard just a smidge. But it'll bring up Jada Landy, second baseman for the Bombers, number 44. The sophomore. Jada comes in hitting, let's see here, 288 on the season. He does have 3 homers. Snap throw over there to first, gets by, but Sean Horse will stay.
Good night for another homer.
I agree.
Get one up in left field. She'll go.
Now it's 205 to dead center. Is it 205 all the way around? Is that what they mark them at, or is it a little shorter down the lines? Ooh, and that's a big hack there from Jada. He's right on it, though. I don't hate that.
Shorten the swing up a little bit here.
2-1 the count. That one misses inside. I will tell you this, Maddie Schonhorst at first base will give a coach a heart attack. She's living dangerously. Lead. Holy smokes, I've been watching her down there, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. Landy pops that one up to the second baseman. And that play will be made by second baseman Jillian Malice for the second out of the inning. 2 down, so we got the leadoff batter Schonhorst at first. That'll bring up senior pitcher number 1, Brooklyn Baumgardner. Brooklyn fouls that one back. Brooklyn comes in hitting .306 on the season. At 15 hits and 49 at bats. I'll take the Bound folks' math for that and say it's .306 is the average. I'm not doing that math in my head today. Jenkins rocks and fires. Baumgardner climb. Whoa! And the catcher, Howie wasn't sure what she was going to do with it. Went right back to the pitcher, but Brooklyn took a big hack at that one. Could not find a piece. 0-2 now. 2 down. Jenkins rocks and fires, and Baumgardner just misses that one. Jenkins will camp under it for the third out of the inning. So we had something cooking early to no avail. So we got the leadoff batter on, and then we went 1, 2, 3. Pop out to center to the second baseman and then to the pitcher.
Pitcher did a good job throwing strikes.
Yes, she did.
Getting under a little too much.
Yeah, we're just missing it. You bet. Took some good hacks, but just missing it. Folks, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our main sponsor for the Ballard Network throughout this year, Flight Bar and Grill. The folks over there, Matt and Marianne, Chef Katie, they take good care of you. You know, they won Burger of the Year 2023. They were in the top 10 for 2024. They've donated all kinds of money to the Ballard Education Foundation. They've allowed us to use their flight lounge for our flyby shows. There is some news coming on those. We're going to try to pick those back up here again. And Coach Winya, you were at a flyby show. You had a nice conversation with Jamie Pollard, if I remember correct.
Yep, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me pipe up during that.
Absolutely. You know, I thought, if there's one way we can get this guy to really get involved, and we've never taken questions, but I thought, since it's Pat, we'll allow him to do it. And you really did. It was a good thought-provoking question and opened up a can of, I don't want to say worms, but it has shed a lot of light on what's happening with college football and with college athletics overall. And Jamie had said that on the show, but Anyway, I digress. Again, Flight Bar and Grill, a huge part of what we do here with the network. Matt and Marianne have been so gracious with their time and any ideas we throw at them. Their marketing skills are unbelievable, and it's only second to the food that they cook there at Flight Bar and Grill. So if you get a chance, stop in there. They're just off of Highway 69, just north of the fairway there. Stop in, say hi, have yourself a burger, have yourself a salad, whatever you
Tenderloin.
prefer.
Tenderloin guy there.
That's a tenderloin. It
Yep.
is Tenderloin Tuesday tomorrow. They got $10 tenderloins. So anyway, back to the action here as the Toradors step up 7-0. This will be Erin Aids, the shortstop. She's hitting, seems like $5 million, but only $468 for Boone. And we got her out in the first one. Got her out on her front foot. We'll start her
Good
off
pitch.
with first pitch strike there from Baumgartner. I think I remember Erin Aids on the volleyball team. She's a good athlete for Boone. Aids is a senior.
Oh.
She hits that one really high. It is far, and it is gone. Erin Aids. As we said, we didn't want to see her in the top half of the first. For that reason right there, she got it in the jet stream, and that one is a solo shot. Home run over the fence.
Caught
Erin
that
Aids.
little gap out there.
Yes, it did. And the fence is high here.
You know?
So you're not you're going to have to look like the kid Ken Griffey Jr. if you're going to scale that wall and get one.
I think if it was 2 feet to the right, it hits the top of the fence.
You're right. It did just catch the gap where the scoreboard is. You're correct. As that one's ripped foul by Maura Nystrom, the first baseman. Yeah, you're right, Pat. I just noticed that. There is just a little cutout. She hit it right in the right spot for the Toradors and right in the wrong spot for the Bombers.
Just had enough wind, too.
Yep, we talked about it. I mean, I'm going to give myself credit for bringing up the wind, even though you and I talked about it before. But this brings up Maura Nystrom, first baseman here. Maura's just a junior. Baumgartner checks the wristband. 1-1 the count. One misses low and in. Maura comes in hitting just .219 on the season. She struck out in the top half of the first. Brooklyn looking to get the same result as she swings through that one to even the count 2-2.
It's amazing to see how much the wristband has grown in sports.
Boy, isn't that a fact? Yeah. It used to just be to wipe the sweat off your brow. Now it's a communication device. At some point, do you think it'll be digital and they'll just type in what they want you to read? That'll be a strikeout there for Baumgartner as
pitch.
Nystrom goes down again. I'll tell you what, the sun is just the dickens over there. You can't hardly see. As the first baseman, it's coming down, and this isn't a great, I don't know if this is a great setup for sunsets. Danny Sunsets is not happy about that. We'll address that with Mr. Chris Gardner here again. See if we can get another better window for you, Dan. We can see what we can do. But that's a strikeout. Base is empty here. That'll bring up the freshman Avery Howie, the catcher for Boone, as we've got one down here in the top half. So go back to that wristband. I mean, do you think they'll be able to like type something in and just read it and alert you? I mean, I feel like that'd be a safety hazard, but maybe not. I don't know. Oh, that one's high and tight. That'll be a ball.
Whatever happened to the good old putting the finger down, 2 fingers?
You know, I don't know.
Slapping the right, left leg.
You know, I think there's still a time and a place for that. I don't disagree with that. I feel like it made it. Do you think this speeds up the game here with the wristband? Maybe.
Good.
Are they just yelling out numbers? Is that what's happening? 3-0 the count. Okay.
Instead of having to watch the dugout, they can just hear it and look.
7,462,000 would just count the last 2 numbers or something. That would be a huge pitch call. I don't even know what you'd have. You have a sore arm. Ooh. That's a strike.
Umpire's got a little delayed
he does.
call, doesn't he?
He's like he's on the live stream. It's a little delayed.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. It keeps us on our toes a little bit. 3-1 the count here. Avery Howie, the freshman from Boone, the catcher, drove in a couple of runs last inning. She swings through that one, but good hack there from Avery. Full count, 1 down. top half of the second. Boone's got one in this half with the solo shot, and that'll be a backwards K and a strike 3 looking there for Brooklyn Baumgartner. Avery Howie with the backwards K, and that'll be 2 down for the Bombers.
Brooklyn's starting to deal here now.
Yes, she is.
Looking
She's
good.
got a little bit more
Spots.
control. I agree. Yes, sir. This will bring up the counterpart on the mound, Shannon Jenkins. She leaned in on that one, didn't take a hack, so it'll be outside. The only run so far this inning for the Toradors is that solo homer by Aaron Aidt, the shortstop. Jenkins swings through that one. I believe Jenkins may have reached on the air last time. I don't have it written down here on my scorecard. I apologize. Baumgartner checks out the wristband. Now she looks to deal. She rocks, fires.
Ooh, good changeup there.
There was that changeup. She really pulled the string on that one. It was like she was, who's that? She looked like Jim Henson there with the Muppets. Just pulling the strings on the Muppets, you know, the puppets, the Muppets. Yeah, that's, whoo. She pulled it on there. Maybe set the hook on that one. You're a fisherman, aren't you, Pat? There you go. Catch and release, and Jenkins just catches a piece. Don't tell me you didn't watch the Muppets when you were a kid. Kermit the Frog?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy cow.
I just had no idea what that guy's name was.
Oh, no,
That's
Jim
pretty
Henson.
impressive.
Yeah. Jim Henson, yeah. Jim Davis, I believe he was the Garfield guy. Baumgartner deals, and that'll be popped up. Yeah, good call there by Avery. Well, that is Avery Phillips, the third baseman, brings it in, and that was a good inning after the solo shot, but one's better than 7. We'll take it all day. So the Toradors lead 8-0 heading into the bottom half of the second inning here.
See if the middle of the lineup can get us going here.
Right, it'll be to lead off. It'll be Avery Phillips, the third baseman. Then it'll be Afton Holmes, the first baseman, and Hallie Gardner, the shortstop. So, little Amarillo by morning here. This is.
I just heard this at the concert.
You went up there. You did go up and see our friend George Strait. How was it?
I'm just glad I didn't pay for the tickets.
Okay, so that's fair. Did you feel like this song sounds better over these speakers or in the stadium?
It sounded he's amazing in person.
Right, he's like 75 years old, isn't he?
He's a machine.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised as well. That he's still doing it. Did you see they had 110,000 down at Kyle Field at Texas A&M?
No.
110,000 at the George Strait. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Folks, want to give a shout out to Ballard Booster Club as well. Without the Ballard Booster Club, the Ballard Athletics would not have what we have. We'll just tell you that. They've given a lot. They do a lot with our live stream during the basketball and football games. They pay for the huddle stream, along with giving all sports programs, 7 through 12, lots of things, and that's just goes to show you what kind of people live in the community, and those folks that are on the board are big-time people. So we appreciate the Ballard Booster Club. I believe the president of the Ballard Booster Club, Mr. Russ Zimmerman, may be tuned in over there in Europe, in Rome,
that's right.
Italy. So he's on a trip with his wife and their oldest Kale, little graduation present. So if you guys are tuned in over there in Europe, you may be our farthest away listener.
Man, what was your graduation present? Mine was get out of the house, go to college.
Yeah, I think mine was I got to get up and go to work on the Monday after I graduated, so it was outstanding. But anyway, that's okay. And there's a strike to Jenkins, or for Jenkins, on Avery Phillips as she goes down 1-2. Times are changing, but you know what they always say, Pat? Take the trip, right? And seeing some of the pictures, it's a trip of a lifetime. Awesome. So kudos to them. That one's fouled right back at us. I was ducking, but thankfully we got some screens and windows up here. Avery Phillips battling up there as it's 1-2. Jenkins is ahead in the count. Jenkins grips it, rocks and fires, and misses that one high and outside. So Phillips will even up the count for Avery at 2-2. Jenkins looks in. Jenkins with no wristband here. Dials it in to Phillips, and she fouls that one out of play. Umpire's going to need another softball here shortly. Phillips is battling right now. Phillips again fouls that one off. Favorite Wilson Phillips song, Pat? Do you have one?
One More Day. Is that one?
Man, I think
right?
that is. We could ask Megan Munn. She would know. If Megan was up here, that's one of her karaoke go-tos, I believe, is Wilson Phillips. I just saw one of the people in the band that I think is not doing great with health. But anyway, full count here, 3-2, as our Phillips, Avery, has battled back to work it to full as she started down 1-2. Fouling it off. Jenkins delivers.
Ooh.
Misses high, and that's an outstanding at-bat for Avery Phillips as she draws the walk. Saw a lot of pitches there. That'll bring up Afton Holmes. Holmes, just an 8th grader for the Bombers. She checks her wristband. Communication is key. Maybe look for that, what did you say earlier, Pat? The slap, the bunt, puts it down and just couldn't get it in fair play.
I'd like to see her try the slap, but you can tell when they stand in the box if they're going to or not.
What can you tell by that, Pat? We may not be able to see it
if
here,
she's
but explain
standing
that to us.
if she's all the way towards the back, that means she's going to run into it, but
she's got to be in the box when she makes contact, correct?
Yep,
Okay.
she's setting right up. So
It's the outer half, and that'll be strike
pitch.
2. Yes, it was. Painted the outside corner. It's Avery Phillips on first. Afton Holmes at the plate. Shannon Jenkins on the mound, and Avery Howie behind the dish. And Holmes fouls that one up and into the screen.
We're just under every pitch.
I agree, Coach. We're right. We are right there. We're just missing them, but as you know, it's just a matter of inches here from a line drive to a pop fly. Jenkins delivers, and Holmes right back up the box. Jenkins makes a nice play, but it'll be out. That'll be an error on Jenkins on the throw, so everybody's safe as Phillips gets to second, Holmes to first. That'll bring up shortstop Hallie Gardner. Gardner, I believe, just a freshman here for the Bombers. Lots of youth on this Bombers team.
Good job getting that down.
Yes, it was, as Gardner moves him over. And, Pat, you will appreciate this. I believe that we just got a text message from Megan. She's tuning in. It's called Hold On, Not One More Day.
Sorry.
Thank you, Megan and Rob and Miles. Hopefully you're doing well after the repaired surgery on the right elbow, but it is Hold On. And I knew she would know. So
if it wasn't for the Bridesmaids movie, I wouldn't.
Okay, that's fair. And that's strike 1 there to Cara Lewis, as Gardner went on that 1-3 on the fielder's choice. Well, it was a little sacrifice, we'll call it, for the first out of the inning, but advanced the runners. So Phillips on third, Holmes on second, and Lewis fouls that one off, and she's down in the count 0-2. I guess you can say that Cara Bolton Lewis has to hold on for one more pitch here. Oh, and she takes that one off the knee.
Take one for the team. Yeah.
She wears it. Okay. Maggie Mortensen will step in here, and she is the, I believe, designated player. And DP, I believe that's what that stands for. But she steps in, 1 out, bases loaded for Mortensen. She sees that one high. Mortensen senior for the Bombers. Big spot here for Maggie. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bombers with something cooking. She swings through that one.
Well, the middle of the lineup did their job. Got us going here.
Yes, they have. Still no runs, but Phillips is hitching at third to get home. That one's hit
Tag
high.
up.
Should be a tag up, and Phillips will come home. And that'll be a sac fly for Mortensen. Does her job. Brings in Avery Phillips. 2 down here, though.
Just peeled the umpire out there and make sure she didn't leave early.
Yep. This will bring up number 4.
Yep.
I think that's who that is. Yeah, Maddie Schonhorst again here, right?
Yep. Lead on.
Maddie will come up and lead off for us. Bottom half of the second. Maddie reached on a single the first time.
Go runners.
Got caught watching a little bit. Coach Bailey Richards saying what Coach Pat Williams just said. Get going, get going. She couldn't find it underneath of her. Avery Howie couldn't. 2-0 hitters count here for Maddie Schonhorst, the freshman. Catcher. Jenkins delivers. Misses that one high and outside. Schonhorst way up here, 3-0, 2 outs. Jenkins tossing the ball back and forth in and out of her glove. Howie gives the signs. That'll be a strike right in there. Three and one here to Schonhorst. First and second, 2 outs. Jenkins rocks, fires, brings it in. Schonhorst yaks on that one. Hits it over there into the batting cages. She got her wrists through and her hips through and hit it foul. Hit it a ton. 3-2 the count here, though. I don't think she wants to leave one over the plate right now to young Maddie.
Nope. Way to fight that one off.
Yeah, swing and a miss. Umpires out of balls. A lot of foul balls being hit. There's a lot of contact being made here tonight, which makes it a lot of fun to watch.
Don't we have any little kids around here running after
I
us?
don't know. I don't see any.
Isn't that like a quarter or something?
I think it's 50 cents.
Ooh,
50 cents.
Inflation?
That's in baseball, it's 50 cents. So what is it, $1.50 here, $0 here? Okay. That explains why there's no kids chasing the foul balls. This is, return on the investment is literally
still see
zero.
it sitting out there.
Yeah. If you're home right now, Nels, if you want to come up and chase foul balls, I'll give you a quarter for everyone you return to the booth. Just piece of cake. Maddie Schonhorst, 3-2, 2 outs. First and second, Jenkins rocks, fires. Maddie rips that one foul again over there. Same place.
Oh, we got some fans going after him.
And we got a player going over there. Number 7, I'm going to give that a shout-out for hustling over there. That's Nora Showman. 8th grader hustling over. Might be another one. Schonhorst battling right now. Hits that one off her foot, but she's okay. She's going to walk it off. She is taking some really good swings right now in this at-bat, but I maybe look for something off speed here. Pat, what do you think?
I think pitcher is going to throw right over the plate. Just got to make that contact here.
You called earlier. Only 9 strikeouts on the season coming in this one for Jenkins. She does it right there on cue. Nice play from Jenkins. Nice play there from Jenkins as she gets her on the 1-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. That ends 2 as the Bombers trail 8-1. Now we will bring up in the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd here, we'll bring up Jillian Malice, Ava Landis, and Carly Bush. So that'll be the second baseman, number 2, Jillian Malice, right fielder, number 4, Ava Landis, and left fielder, number 9, Carly Bush. You hear me okay, Chris?
I'm doing great.
Okay, you can hear me good?
Yep.
All right, folks. Hey, so we decided, I was talking to Dan earlier, and we didn't know if we were going to have Coach Pat Whitney up here with us or not, so it was just going to be me flying solo. But I texted Chris earlier, and I said, Chris, would you want to be willing to come on and talk about this update to the stadium? Talk to us about this, because it is beautiful in here. It is outstanding. I can say it's the nicest one I've ever been in, and I don't get to be inside for football, and the baseball one leaves a lot to be desired. So anyway, tell us about this and how this project came about.
Yeah, you bet. Well, it was a complete team effort for sure. So I'm going to call out a few people, but
that's fine.
Jason Bloom and I were just chatting a year ago plus about just what we could do, and Jason's is amazing resource with his knowledge and background and unbelievableness, good guy, and he said offered to draw it up, and I just need a little help. Like I can design a house, but softball complexes are 2 different things.
Right, for sure, absolutely.
And having Jason do that for a career, it was huge help. And so yeah, Jason put it together, and I had just a few little things that I could do and how I could do it, and he signed off on it, and we took it to the board, and they said, let's do it.
So I'm going to have you stay up here with me just for a while. We'll continue through the game, but we'll have a conversation as we go along here. As it'll bring up right now, it'll be Jillian Malice, the second baseman, number 2 here for Boone, is Brooklyn rocks and fires. Pop up in between her, but nice play there from the second baseman, Jada Landy. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how we draw them up right there. F4 for the first out of the inning. Chris, what was all done here? Because, I mean, I'm looking at concrete, I'm looking at bleachers, I'm looking at, obviously, the crow's nest. Shed a little light on that for us, if you would, sir.
You bet, yeah. Well, even looking at the infield, they put 70 tons of new dirt in the infield.
Wow. Okay.
Had that remounted, fixed the irrigation, and then we did new dugouts.
Okay.
And moved them 10 feet further down the line. Added privacy that way, so the coaches could have conversations with players better, and storage and just more space.
You bet.
Yeah, all new concrete, accessibility throughout.
I mean, I tell you what, it is top notch. Looking at this is Ava Landis steps in here, the right fielder, number 4 for Boone, as she's up 2-0 on the count. So 70 tons.
Yeah.
And we fixed the irrigation. So this was kind of in dire straits out here for a little while, huh? I mean, it was playable, but there was some definite updates that needed to happen.
Yeah.
Baumgartner misses with that one, 3-0.
Yeah. The school district had it on the short plan to do a lot of this, and so the timing kind of worked out well.
Sure.
It wasn't just like they forgot about it or something. It just was a lot of things going on, and it just took a little extra help, a little bit of push from us to pull it off. You bet.
There's a strike in there now to Landis. It'll be 3-1. And I can tell you right now, it is a beautiful facility. Just walking in here, it's very aesthetically pleasing. I do have a complaint though here after this pitch here from Landis. Hits that one into shortstop Hallie Gardner with another put out. So 2 down here. 2 up, 2 down. I would say I wish we could have a shelf right here so it was more easily accessible for me. I'm being completely selfish, and I'm kidding kind of. But if you need me to come in and get some supports, I'll do it.
Yep.
But my first time in here, and I was like, this is really nice. There's a lot of room. And brings up Carly Bush here, left fielder number 9 for Boone, is Baumgartner throws that one high and outside.
Maybe you could use AC on this side, too.
See, and then we were also talking about a little better window because, as you know, executive producer Dan Inksler, his nickname is Danny Sunsets. So he really likes the sunset pictures. He gets them off the top of the stadium over there. I think he's got a wall of them at home as Baumgartner throws that one in there for a strike. So Danny's got a Sunsets room. Is that correct? He does. Okay. He's going to get some great shots this week. He's heading out to California. Spend some time with his dad, play some golf, go to a Dodgers game. What a cool thing to do with your dad. So that's pretty cool. 2-1 here to Baumgartner. Chris, anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Because this facility is great, man. And I can tell you, I appreciate the hard work and the time and the effort that went into it because I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah, well, my whole team really stepped up this winter, and Ballard commercial guys, but also just the school, like Danny, the school board. Mm-hmm. They were all, everybody was very helpful, and just the school super, everybody was just on board and really helpful.
And it kind of goes to the old adage, right? It takes a village. As that one's fouled off by Bush. But you got to have a vision, and then you got to have the right people to be able to put that vision in play. And it sounds like we had all of those things, and it kind of meshed itself together into having what we have. So, again, kudos to you guys, you and Jason, and kind of getting it started, because there's lots of great ideas as Bush draws the walk there, but that never come to fruition. So you got to have the fortitude to kind of to press on. And there's in anything that's going to happen, as you know in the world, is that there's roadblocks every once in a while, and then you got to figure out a way to get around them and work around them. And it looks like you guys did that. And this is a really nice facility, and we're lucky to have it here in the community of Huxley. So we're very appreciative as Baumgartner deals here, and this will be the leadoff batter, Sydney Adams, her 3rd time up right now for the Toradors. So not the way we want things to be going right now, Chris. I can tell you that right now as we're standing up here. But in Coach Winnie and I, they got a runner on, but we get this one. We're going to look to bunt her over, and Schonhorst throws her down. Might have her just on the other side of the bag. Pretty good throw and a good catch down there from Gardner, but to no avail as Bush slides in with a stolen base for the Toradors. Yeah, it is getting a little warm up here now. Now that you say that, Pat. You started talking about the air conditioner. I was fine earlier, but
the
now.
window's open next door.
Okay.
Really trying to push us here.
Yeah, I agree. That's not efficient. Maybe we could switch them. There's a swing and a miss. Yes, sir. That was that off-speed kind of that changeup you talked about earlier.
I'd like to see her mix that in more.
Yeah, she's got
effective.
She's got more command of it right now than she had in that first inning. She's really pulling the string, right? She's the puppeteer, the maestro with it. We referenced the Muppet Babies and Jim Henson earlier, Chris, so you can go back and listen. And that's inside. That was a self-defense swing right there, and that's strike 3 for Adams as Baumgartner just gives up one base runner. Best inning so far as we go into the bottom half of the third inning here. Bombers trail 8-1, but we've got Landy. No, yes, we've got Landy coming up here, Waka coming up here. I'll have to look and see. We've got Waka coming up. Waka, Landy, and Baumgartner. But anyway, Chris, thank you for coming up, man.
Yeah.
And we sure appreciate it. The place looks phenomenal. Thanks for giving us the time tonight. So, kudos.
I'm super proud of it and proud of the school. And Dave Palmer, too, is another guy I wanted to mention. He really helped out a ton and couldn't have done without him. And
very good.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, and I believe tomorrow night is Little League night here.
Oh, yes, it is.
So
that's correct. It is Little League
If you haven't
tonight.
seen it, come on out. Check it out tomorrow.
Well done, Pat. You're a natural. See, just right there. It is Little League tonight. Chris is back here and just trying to wave in the cool air. He's telling Harold he's cold over there. Darren's got a hooded sweatshirt on over there, the PA guy. That's okay. It's summertime.
See, I believe if your daughter's wearing their Little League jersey, they get in free tomorrow.
Okay. Daughter's wearing Little League jersey. They get in free tomorrow. It's good to know. You're going to be out here with your girls? Team
we'll see.
Coming?
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm hoping so. We got basketball at the gym tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
My youngest has a T-ball game. So
still going, huh? Still going.
Last one.
Got you. Okay. Very good. Yeah, and we haven't really touched on your new position here, Pat, and we can get into that a little bit. But Olivia Walker, the 8th grader, takes a big hack there as Jenkins rears back and fires.
Got to keep chipping away here, especially the way Brooklyn's throwing now.
Yeah, she's really settled in after that first inning, and if the Bombers can get 2 or 3 or 4 here on the board, the bottom half of the third, boy, it'd be a different ball game. Again, this is 8th grader Olivia Walker, number 22, the center fielder. That one's low, so it'll be 2-1. Well, we'll see what Walker can do here. 2-1, nobody out. Jenkins rears back, fires, and that one misses high and outside. So Olivia way ahead in the count here for the 8th grader. As I was saying earlier, as baseball and softball goes, these kids can play their 8th grade year because they're going into high school. So they get that extra year of eligibility as Olivia swings and misses on that one. 3-2 the count.
Well, like in Minnesota, they can play basketball junior high.
And they could in South Dakota as well. When I was up there, I had some youngsters playing.
Oh,
Waka puts a charge into that one. That'll be over the left fielder's head, Bush. Waka's going to hustle into second, play at second. She's in there and safe.
Good running.
Excellent hits off the wall by Waka. She was hustling out of the box, and that'll be a double for the 8th grader Olivia Waka, and the Bombers have something cooking here in the bottom of the third. Boy, did she put a charge into that one. Ooh, baby.
Good quick swing.
Now batting will be Jada Landy, the second baseman, the sophomore, and Landy pops that one high. Maybe the wind can play some tricks on it out there to no avail. Waka will stay put, and Jada just missed that one, and she knows she did too. Time to stand up. My watch is telling me to stand up. I've been standing up for the last hour and a half. Sometimes technology doesn't know what they're talking about. Brings up Brooklyn Baumgartner, the pitcher. Olivia Waka on second base. Brooklyn will take a strike in there. Like you mentioned earlier, Jenkins does a nice job throwing to contact.
Yep.
Just kind of.
Trusting the defense.
Yep, absolutely. Brooklyn's big hack at that one, fouls it off between her feet. Waka on second. Cleanup hitter Baumgartner at the plate. She's down 0-2. Ooh, little change up there. Floater on that one. Baumgartner stayed back. Watched it for a ball. 1-2 here. Jenkins rocks, fires. Brooklyn will foul that one to the right side off of one of those new dugouts we just got done talking about. Boy, they are nice, too. They're nice and roomy. Yeah. I like the idea down the line a little bit further, but they are nice and roomy in there. So looks like 8th grader Showman's on that foul ball as well. That'll be nice tomorrow night with Little League night. Get your girls out here and chase some foul balls as Baumgartner battles back here to 2-2. Gonna be a hot one, though. Be hot. That's okay. It's okay. They got ice cream at the concession stand, so bring your girls out, get a popsicle.
Way to sit back on that.
Oh, yes, she did. I think she was 1,000, and then go.
She's got to be ready now.
So what are you sitting here if you're Brooklyn, Pat? It's 2-2. What pitch are you looking for?
I think she's coming hard now. Good eye.
Oh, and Olivia might have got caught in a pickle, but she's back safely to second.
Good at bat so far by Brooklyn.
Yeah, down 0-2, now to 3-2. Couple foul balls. Jenkins hasn't been able to throw that changeup for a strike. Brooklyn just got underneath that one, just missed it. So it'll be a fly out to the left fielder.
I think she's what you'd call a fly ball pitcher. You know, she doesn't have overwhelming speed where it's going to pop off the bat. I think we need to try getting some on the ground here.
Yep, I agree with you. Fly ball outs have been plentiful here for Jenkins tonight. As a matter of fact, that's been almost all of the putouts besides the 1-3. There's been 2 back to the pitcher. Other than that, they've all been flyouts tonight. So right on time with that. And that's balls driven to right center. And that is hauled in by the right fielder, Ava Landis. I think that's the freshman out there, Landis, with a nice play. Yes, it is. And that'll do it for the Bombers in the bottom half of the third. They had leadoff double from Waka. And after that, it was fly ball to center, fly ball to left, and fly ball to right. So, as we mentioned, Jenkins throws to contact for the fly ball. So we are into the 4th inning here. Top half of the 4th. And here's the deal. That first inning kind of got away from the Bombers just a little bit, and the Toradors took advantage of it, to say the least. But it's been even ever since, after that 7 spot they put up in the first half, top half of the inning. So nice to be a 3 up, 3 down here so we can get done. Executive producer Dan Inksler's got the Celtics game on in the background. So if you are at home, you can tune in and you can put the Celtics game on silent and go ahead and continue to listen to the Ballard Network and the Bombers and the Toradors here from Gary Telford Field. This will bring up Gracie Gustafson, number 18, the center fielder. Baumgartner rocks, fires, hard strike in there for the first one. You're right, Pat. She's settled in here since that first inning.
Well, and we should give Brooklyn a shout-out, too. I see her working with lots of little girls throughout the winter on pitching, so helping the future out.
Absolutely. And you talk about future, so we talk about building programs. As you can see, the Bombers are pretty young here. We've got a lot of 8th graders and freshmen, and as you're stepping into the head basketball position, kind of some of the same lumps. I wouldn't say lumps, but some of the same
opportunities.
Yep,
young
there
players.
you go. I like that word a lot better. So what does that look like? Because that one's fouled back off the screen there for Gustafson. But you mentioned Brooklyn about trying to build culture, and we can talk about culture a little bit here, but she's a pretty good leader as far as that goes in the softball program and doing that for the young kids. What does that look like for the basketball program as we move forward here with these opportunities for these girls, Pat?
Well, I think it starts with stuff like that.
Good play there from Jada Landy.
Having your current players interacting with the youth and kind of showing the way there and making those little girls feel like they're part of the program too. And
you bet.
I think that's the first place to start. And I feel like there's been a pretty good little run of that going on. And I've been pleased with everything I've seen, the 3-on-3 camp that's been going on. We've got almost 100 little girls at that. And
and you're tagging, you're teaming up with the guys over there in Madrid too, right?
Yep, okay. Calvin Adams over there.
Yep, Coach Calvin.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive to be a part of and watch that. So
you bet.
Something we can grow on. And
this is Erin Aids here, who her last at bat had that solo homer.
Yeah, let's keep the ball down and away.
Yeah,
here.
Brooklyn's worked way ahead here as it's 0-2 to Aids. Now and I feel like the grassroots Aids is way up in that box,
Very
and she
nice.
swings and misses just like you said. Coach Pat lowing away for the strikeout and the second out of the inning for the Bombers. That was really well done there on Erin Aids after she comes off that solo homer to go 1, 2, 3 pitches on her and got her to flail at that one on the outer half. Well done there from Brooklyn Baumgartner. Bring up Maura Nystrom, first baseman here, the junior.
She's got that ball moving both ways now really well.
Yeah, she's settled in like you mentioned, moving it back and forth, and watching Brooklyn on the volleyball court the last few years and on the basketball court this last year, she is a competitor.
It's good to see her playing multiple sports and
for sure
just being involved with everything, and it's great to see.
Absolutely. And we talk about trying to build up numbers as some of our programs. We're trying to build them up in the softball program. We've got a ton of 7th and 8th grade girls that are on this team, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I think we had well more than enough for 3 teams I know in school ball, and I know there's a lot of them doing the travel circuit and things like that. And is that something we're trying to focus on a little bit on as far as on the basketball side? Is there's a lot of girls coming up, a lot of numbers, but to keep them engaged and involved, that's something we want to do, right?
You want to make it something they're going to love to experience, and they want to be there, and that's the number one goal. Make it fun for the kids, make it something they want to be a part of, and it's all about them.
Sure.
So do what we can to help them.
Help grow the game, and also feel the competitive team, right? That bottom line, and that's a fine line. That one's fouled off there. It's a good cut from Nystrom as Baumgartner's battled back to 3-2 here, 2 outs in the top half of the 4th for the Toradors. It is, and I like that outlook from you, as you said. Build the program, make it fun, and I think the rest will take care of itself. You get some numbers out here and see what happens, and that goes for basically any sport that we have. And there's strike 3.
She's rolling now.
Yes, she is. She's got her dialed in as Baumgartner, 3 up, 3 down, had the line out from Gustafson to Landy. Then she struck out Aids and struck out Nystrom. So 3 and 4 hitters both strike out there. And that'll take us into the bottom half of the 4th. Hoping the Bombers can get something cooking here, as we'll have first baseman Afton Holmes, shortstop Hallie Gardner, and right fielder Cara Lewis will be.
This part of the lineup got us going before.
Yes,
so
it did. That was
hopefully they can do the same.
Yeah, and it looks like Jenkins will be back out here. Still 8-1, the Bombers trail.
Hopefully we can see a little adjustment here with our hitters, get on top of the ball a little bit. Maybe we try throwing down some more bunts just to make them feel a little bit.
Make them field, and we noticed a few things in taking infield and things like that. There was some things we noticed, maybe make their corner infielders move a little bit more out of their comfort zone and see what happens. But Jenkins, like you said, she does an excellent job throwing to contact and kind of leaves that ball up, and it's pop flies. It's a lot of pop flies. So a solid song here from Coach Harold. He playing the piano, man. I know it's not the. This is Billy Joel, right? But the guys on Step Brothers, they didn't sing these because that wasn't their deal. It was not their deal. That's a solid movie. Speaking of Saturday, we were playing in a golf tournament.
Oh boy,
Danny Sunsets. As this will bring up Afton Holmes. Jenkins still on the mound, but I've got a story to share, and it was quite impressive. As Holmes hits that one back up the box, but right to the wrong person as Aids gobbles that one up and throws across the laser beam across the diamond. 6-3 for the first out. had a deal where you could move up a tee box, and it was a 270 some yard tee shot, a par 4. And he said, "Hey, Danny, you go up there and hit it." And he goes up there and hits it. And we said, "Hey, I think those guys are still kind of on the green." He says, "I can't get there." Pat, I'm not kidding you. Danny hit the drive of his life, and there was almost a bad thing that happened because I think he hit it right in front of the two guys who were walking across the green, and he was like, "Holy bananas." I said, "Man, you got into that one." And so we had to pull up there and apologize. But they were cool about it. They were like, "Hey, if I had hit that shot, no big deal."
So did it end up on the green?
No, just short. It was about 3 yards short. We ended up making birdie, which was fine. But
you would have made birdie from the other tee too.
He
probably,
put
right?
maybe, but it was just impressive. It was an impressive drive. He hit the snot out of it. It was awesome. It was very impressive. Hallie Gardner's up. 1 and 2 the count on her as I got lost in story time as Jenkins throws that one high and outside. But it was quite a golf shot. And they were calling him Danny Buckets because he looked like he was putting into a 5-gallon bucket. It was impressive. He was the MVP of the team, I think.
He's a natural athlete.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Takeo Westmore, that's their finest. Ooh, and Gardner, nope. She tried to sell it. She didn't sell it quite fast enough. Umpire shakes his head. No. You got to stay here. 3 and 2 the count as Gardner's battle back here. Jenkins rolls it around in her fingers. That one misses high. Hallie Gardner with good speed will go to first. Now this will bring up right fielder Cara Lewis. Lewis, just another freshman here for the Bombers. Youth all over the place. We are the youth gone wild. I believe that is a song somewhere. Danny would know that one. Is that correct? The youth gone wild? Yeah, I think that is. Who sings that, Danny? You know? Let me Google that for me here quick. I'd like to know.
Megan just texted you that one too.
No, I don't know if she would know that one. That's not right in her. She's more of a Dolly Parton, Wilson Phillips. What? Skid Row. That's what it is. Skid Row. Yeah. Skid Row. Yeah. Youth Gone Wild. I think my brothers had that on cassette.
The
cassette tape. Yeah, man. I got him here too if you need to see him. Okay, yeah, you got Carly Bush for the main stance. Yeah, it looks like Carly Bush, she's got 34 strikeouts on the season with a 4.22 ERA, so she may throw a little harder. She does have 64 innings pitched.
Shorter windup here. It's a little different looking delivery. Take a little getting used to. Mess you up a little bit, but
yeah, it's kind of.
Luckily, we got Brooklyn up. She's been around the block.
Sure, absolutely. She's got a ton of experience. It's kind of come and seen, and it happens.
On deck circle person better be getting their timing right here.
For sure. So we've got from pitcher to left. Baumgartner, our pitcher, comes up, hitting in the 4-hole with Landy on first, Waka on second, and pitcher Carly Bush.
There you go.
That one's ripped into the left from Brooklyn. Jenkins just goes to left, gets the action right away. Baumgartner puts it into play. You could, but you always like to be a lot warmer than ever cold. That's for sure. But okay, well, that'll bring up for the Toradors. It'll be Avery Howie, the catcher, number 11, then followed by Shannon Jenkins, the left fielder, number 6, and then Jillian Malice, number 2, the second baseman. So this will be Howie, the freshman, as Baumgartner checks the wristband. We've got ourselves a ball game now, 8-6. Boone leads. Baumgartner just misses on that one. It isn't too bad up here in this side, though. It's still it's still fairly cool. Ooh, and Howie rips that one foul out of play as she just missed it. 1-1 will be the count. Some good young talent on this softball field right now. Baumgartner checks the wrist. Wheels and delivers, and Howie hits that one foul down out of play.
Setting her up on the outside. Come back in.
Yeah, I like that. Top of the 5th here. Bombers trail 8-6. Avery Howie, the freshman catcher, up to bat for Boone. Skipped that one short. Nice play there from Schonhorst to get that one. Maddie Schonhorst done a pretty good job back there for the freshman. Baumgartner again checks the wristband, looking to deliver here. Wheels back, fires. Man, he's hit out of play again down the line over there in the grassy area. Players are on the hop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat here. Senior against freshman is Baumgartner, headed over to Boone to DMAC next year to play some softball. They've got a really nice program over there right now, making the nationals all the time. Howie with a nice job waiting back.
There we go. Good play.
That is Holmes over there with a beautiful catch from Afton Holmes. Nice job, young lady.
She's finally in the shade a little bit
yes,
over there.
Yes, she is. She can relax just a little bit.
Doesn't have to have her big old shades on.
Yeah.
Right.
First out here in the top of the 5th. Nice at bat from Howie to no avail to bring up left fielder number 6, Shannon Jenkins for Boone. Baumgartner rears back, rocks, and fires. Schonhorst is doing a whale of a job back there framing those pitches, too. You bet. Regular Terry Redland back there, an artiste, I would say. Michelangelo. Not the Ninja Turtle either, but Baumgartner is looking back up here. Settled in, 0-1 the count to Jenkins. Rears back, fires.
Good
Jenkins
change.
fouls out. Heads up, kids. See, old wrestler Tucker Vitsum over there. Didn't want to try to make a play on that one. Defensive back on the football team. He's sitting over there by Lincoln Miller.
He's
right
a
tackle.
defensive back for a reason,
Defensive
right?
back, that's right. But he had a huge interception in the North Pole playoff game last year. I will tell you that. 0-2 the count. 1 out here. As I digress, Pat's trying to send me off on a tangent. Baumgartner rocks and fires.
Nice.
Oh,
pitch.
boy.
She's rolling.
Yes, she is. Big backwards K there for the 2nd out of the inning. Roll Bombers here as they high-five, do the dance around the circle there, and now it's 2 outs. Brings up second baseman Jillian Malice. Malice, the senior, against the senior Baumgartner. She rocks, fires. Just outside. She's got good command right now, Pat.
That's amazing. These last 2.5 innings, she's been on a huge roll. And it just shows you how much a pitcher can really dominate a game here.
Absolutely. She's been inside, outside, up and down. That one's high. Now this should be Landy's ball. That's a good play there from Jada Landy. That'll be F4 for the fly out to the second baseman for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is 3 up, 3 down for the Bombers.
Got all the momentum. They're chipper right now. They're ready to go. They're ready to bat again.
As we head back in here now to the bottom half of the 5th. And again, it sounds like runs. We've got Cara Bolton Lewis will lead us off with Maggie Mortensen, and we'll roll it back over to Maddie Schonhorst. So Lewis ripped that one in the bottom half of the 4th. As we hear the death march here from Star Wars, which, believe it or not, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but
is that Chewbacca?
what do you mean? Is this
Chewbacca part of Star Wars?
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. That's well done, Pat. Executive producer Dan Inkster shaking his head. I don't think Bear had the Chewbacca in him tonight. I don't think he could get that. I don't know if he could go there. But, yeah, that's Chewbacca. Sure, that's Chewbacca. Right. Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker. My brother's a diehard Star Wars fan. He's seen them all. Well, they opened up in, like, 1984 or something like that. I think Dan was, like, a freshman in college then. Anyway, I'm just kidding, Dano. Just kidding, Danny. Anyway, back to the action here. Got to give a shout-out to Flight Bar and Grill. Can't say enough about those folks. You look at the bottom right-hand corner.
They're boneless wings.
Boneless wings, there you go. They're
aiolis.
Their aiolis are great. Yep. Yes, they are. This brings up Cara Bolton Lewis, the right fielder. Lewis will stand in here against the pitcher. Carly Bush came in relief for Jenkins out of left field. Bush has got that fast one. You're going to look for help, and no. Oh, yes. Oh, no, she didn't. But, yes, she did, says umpire down the first base line. Lewis couldn't check it. Bush will work ahead here on Lewis. That one's up and in to no avail. So behind the plate, still Avery Howie. Maura Nystrom's at first. Aaron Aids at shortstop. Jillian Malice at second. As Bush delivers that one high. Third baseman Sydney Adams. Left fielder is now Shannon Jenkins. Center fielder is Gracie Gustafson. And right fielder is still Ava Landis. Lewis steps in here ahead in the count. 2-1 for the Bombers. Looking to get something going in the bottom half of the fifth. And that'll be a strike right across at the knees. 2-2 here. I won't say it's a crucial at bat, but pretty big at bat here for Lewis.
Yeah, keep that momentum going.
You bet. And Uncle Mo is on our side. We'd like to keep it rolling. And that's strike 3 looking there as Carl Lewis goes down with a backwards K for the first one of the inning. Bring up Maggie Mortensen, designated player, senior for the Bombers. Maggie looking to keep something going here as that one misses outside. Howie just squeezes a little early. Couple of impressive freshmen back here behind the plate.
Yeah, both sides.
Between Scharnhorst
done
and
a really
Howie.
good job.
Absolutely.
Both really active.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been many bases stolen. Both got some good arms.
They do have some good arms, and they've both been pretty solid at the plate tonight as well, which is a tough thing to do. 2-0 the count here to Mortensen. Bush will twirl the ball, set, deliver, and Mortensen hits that one just into left as Jenkins struggles with it. Mortensen hot out of the box, and she'll be in there.
Good hustle.
To second base. Nice job by the senior, Maggie Mortensen.
Those are the little things that make a big difference.
You bet. Taking those bases, getting a read off the bat, brings up catcher. Freshman Maddie Scharnhorst will step in here for the Bombers. Bombers got something cooking again. Trade places with her now, Maddie. The M&M Club, Maggie and Maddie. Home to second, second to home. What do we say? How about it? They should give it up M&Ms for everybody if this happens. Just a suggestion.
Too hot.
Too hot. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. That's what they tell everybody. That one's a little high. Oh, that was a strike. Go 1-1 the count here. Scharnhorst, the catcher. Battery mates for Bush and Avery here. Or Howie, excuse me. Avery Howie behind the plate. 2-1 will be the count on Scharnhorst. Hitters count. I like our chances if something's hit to the gap. Mortensen's done a really nice job of reading the ball off the bat here, so look for her to score.
Ooh. Good cut.
Both bat and I at the same time. Ooh, because she just missed it, and it wasn't a bad ooh. It was a, oh, boy, if she makes contact, that's still flying, I think. We take some aggressive hacks, which is good to see. Nothing's very defensive at all. It's very offensive-minded and driving the softball. That one's low and in. Take it to a full count here. Scharnhorst, the catcher, the freshman, battling. Brother Nick plays on the baseball diamond for the Bombers. Scharnhorst rips that one foul down the line.
She's on it.
Yep, Coach Bailey Richards just telling her, just wait, just a half a tick, just wait. Sit back and wait here. Something in the gap, Maddie. That one's right there to the gap. It'll be by the second baseman. Scharnhorst will turn and look, but that will score Maggie Mortensen from second.
That's the second time tonight she's taken one to the right side.
Yes, she has.
Really good at bat.
Talk to me about that, Pat, and tell me what that means, because you're absolutely right. But for the folks at home, explain that just a little bit if you can.
Well, especially with that full count. Outside, low and away, you got to swing if it's close. She did a really good job keeping her hands back and just put it out. Oh, what a bunt.
Walker's safe at first, and now we're going to see Scharnhorst go to third. Okay.
Really good bunt.
Coach Pat was explaining what he was talking about, which he was spot on. Scharnhorst took the ball the other way, didn't try to do too much with it. Then the unbelievable the bunt from Waka, and Waka gets to first. Scharnhorst takes third on the mishandle. First and third here with Jada Landy to the plate. And she ripped one.
Well, after one pitch here, we should have runners at second and third here, hopefully.
You would think.
Oh.
Landy swings at the first one. First pitch swing, a big run. It's dropping in there, and Walker's got to hustle. She's on the bag at second. Little blue pop-up from Landy works out.
Really good base running by Walker.
You bet. Walker knew where she needed to be. Landy, that'll count as a single.
Brand new ball game.
You bet. We've tied her up here in the bottom half of the fifth. Baumgartner pops that one up. Going to be a tough play for the first baseman. She makes it. That'll be the second out of the inning, I believe. This will bring up Avery Phillips here. Phillips fouls that one off as we're here in the bottom half of the fifth. The Bombers have tied it up. It's 8-8. Gary Telford Field. If you're still at home and you want to see the action, it's not over yet. Come on, drive on out. Plenty of seats to be had, foul balls to be chased.
They might be done taking payment.
Might be done taking payment. That one's high and outside here to the third baseman, Avery Phillips. That one's popped up. Going to be a tough play for the first baseman. She'll make it. That's Nystrom there will make the play. So Phillips goes F3 for the third out of the inning.
Kind of got back into what we were doing early on, getting under the ball a little bit too much there.
Yep. We started
we've been doing a really good job getting the bat on the middle of the ball.
Absolutely, we had been. So we will go into the sixth inning. As you can probably hear it on the speakers through the network, I don't know if you hear the clapping, but we've got the village people with the YMCA going on here now.
Oh, it's hopping out here.
Boy, it is hopping.
Man.
It's tied up, though, 8-8. The Bombers have come storming back as the Bombers have rolled in here. They've done a flyby. They've done a flyover, whatever you want to say. The squadron is alive as it was 7-0 after the first. We're tied here at 8, headed into the top half of the sixth. Lots of softball yet to be played. Update on the basketball game. What do you got over there? NBA Finals.
Celtics up 9.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Scharnhorst behind the plate. Baumgartner here on the bump.
Keep rolling here, Brooklyn.
Looks like this should be right fielder Ava Landis here for Boone. That is not correct, but we may have a sub here, which would be number 5. Hallie or Haley Bailey. I'm not sure how to say that, but could see who's coming up because I think that's Carly Bush on deck, if I'm right. Yep, so we must have had a change I didn't see, which is fine. It's be number 5, Bailey, the freshman for Boone, steps in here. She fouls that one off. Oh, 2 the count to the hitter Bailey. Baumgartner checks the wristband once again. Rocks and fires.
Ooh.
Ooh. Boy, that was close, but I think we're getting the we're in for a heck of a ball game as that one's ripped down the left field line, but foul by Gustafson. Stays in play. 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the 6th here. Runner on second is Sydney Adams. Kinkara. Big jumps off the base pass there, especially from Gardner.
I'd avoid trying to hit to the right side. lefty first baseman make that throw to third.
Yeah, very good observation there, Coach Pat. I agree with you. Makes it a little easier play, right? But she didn't. She killed it. She killed it right down, and that'll get
really
Lewis on the sacrifice as it died right there. So that'll be a sacrifice for the first out of the inning. But it advances runner. Jenkins struck out her last time on the backwards, and Baumgartner is looking for something similar here now. Rear back and fire this one, Brooklyn, and she climbed the ladder. And Jenkins held off on that one. Scoreboard says 1-2 is the count. Baumgartner looks down. One out. Howie's on first. She's going. Howie's going to be close. And they got her on the backside. That's Maddie Schonhorst right there, the freshman. And I'm going to tell you right now, outside of Brooklyn Baumgartner, the MVP of this game is Maddie Schonhorst tonight. She's been doing it at the plate and behind the plate. That's deuces are wild. 2 down as Schonhorst threw Howie out at second. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Top half of the 7th. One more to throw her a chair here, Brooklyn. A little high. So caught stealing as it's 3-2, 2 down. Baumgartner rear backs and fires. That's too low, and Shannon Jenkins draws the walk. Nice at bat there from Jenkins. That'll bring up second baseman Jillian Malice, senior infielder. Malice reached on a walk her first at bat, flew out to the second baseman her second too, so something similar here. Be ready if you're Landy or Holmes over here on the right side. So pounding that outer half to no avail, 1-0 the count. This has been quite a comeback for the Bombers, if anything else, right, Coach?
You bet. Just, I've been impressed with our entire squad's hitting tonight. At-bats were all great, and honestly, Boone's bat, I mean, their batting's been solid too. I mean,
there's been a lot of action, I agree, and it makes it a lot of fun to watch. And you're not just standing around looking at walks and strikeouts, but you're looking getting a little wild here. I don't want to say wild, but she's just missing up above here, so it's 2-0.
Well, Brooklyn's been hitting the outside, inside a lot, and they have not been chasing for the most part tonight. Pretty
well disciplined up here. And this is a senior Malice, so Coach Bailey Richards is going to head out to the mound, have a conversation with the senior. What do you think? We got the palms up. We're having a conversation. I don't know if we're swapping the bugs away or we're having some sort of interesting thing here. But
just take a deep breath, crack a joke out there.
You bet.
Get them focused up, finish it off.
Keep having fun, keep making plays, and right here, because I think like this, it's 2-0. We get a recap, yeah. So, folks, what's happened here? We haven't been live, and we apologize if we haven't been. But it's been since the 4th inning. Well, since really the 2nd inning on, but the 4th inning is when things started happening for the Bombers. Bombers got 5 in the 4th. 7 in the 4th. Excuse me. 5 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. 1 in the 2nd. But it was 7-0 to start the game. 8-1. And ever since, it's basically been all Bombers on the defensive and the offensive side with the bats. And there's a strike from Brooklyn, just what the doctor ordered. So,
and it's defensively, really Brooklyn shut them down the last 3 innings.
Brooklyn's really had it dialed in. And what we've seen in Coach Pat Winnie and I just talked about it is our bottom half of our orders really kind of stepped up and got things going, set the table. And that's a strike swinging there from Malice. She kind of had a hiccup and Ipsy Daisy, but to no avail. Deuces are wild as it's 2s across the board. Top of the 7th here. Big one coming from Baumgartner. And the Bombers would be a battle to win this one. As Baumgartner checks the arm sleeve, she was communicating with Coach Richards over there in the dugout. She rocks and fires. And Malice just off the end of the bat with that one.
The Ballard girls took some lumps early on, especially with the youth, but the last 3-4 innings, that youth has really grown, made a bunch of plays.
Absolutely. They've executed some nice things, too, with some bunts and some base running, which we saw some snafus, but they cured them. And like you said, experience is the best way to fix that. And that ball just missed in, but boy, was it pretty. Now we've got a full count. First, runner on first here in the top half of the seventh. 3-2 again, 2 outs. And Jillian Malice up to bat here for the Toreadors. Baumgartner checks the wristband. Rocks and fires. And that'll be strike 3 going down as Malice didn't like that call. She thought it was low. Not what you want to see, but oh boy. What a performance there in the final, we'll say 5, but even 6 innings from Brooklyn Baumgartner, Pat, gave up 7 in the first to give up 1 the next 6, and the bats came alive for the Bombers. Talk us through it a little bit, Pat. What'd you see out there?
Just the experience of Brooklyn. She's been around. She's probably been through something like that before, and they had a couple errors that first inning, and she showed the leadership, and once they started getting some runs going, the momentum switched quickly.
Yep.
And it was a great performance by the entire team offensively.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the bats came alive. We had an error there in that first inning that kind of added to some of those runs, but once Brooklyn got settled in, gave up the solo shot to Aids, which there's no shame in that. We didn't give up any extra runs, but we limited the runs that we gave up extra, and then we took advantage of some things, even though we had some snafus on the base pass. But I thought our at-bats were quality there as we got through, especially the second time through the order as we kind of ran Jenkins out. And then once we saw Bush again a time or two, everything was pretty good. And our young kids really stepped up and played well tonight.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
I thought that Maddie Schonhorst, not only with the bat in her hand, but behind the plate, was something to be held there. So kudos to her, but kudos to the whole Bomber squad. It's 7-0, 8-1, going into the third inning. And you could fold up shop if you wanted to. So kudos to the girls, the coaching staff, for getting everything going, as the girls are down getting some interviews right now, which they should, because they should be proud of the effort tonight. But, Pat, I tell you what, I enjoyed it, man. And maybe if you want to come back up and do it again, we'd love to have you. We can have you during the basketball season because you'll be busy with doing that stuff. And congratulations to you on that job.
Thanks, I'm looking forward to it.
And you've been posting a lot of stuff on social media and things like that. So be on the lookout, folks, for some of the stuff Pat's been posting. Coach Pat, Coach Winnie, I don't know what you go by, but we'll figure it out. It'll be a lot of different things. But anyway, the final here tonight was 10-8 as the Bombers came storming back from down 8-1 to take the lead and the win tonight as they come out over the top of the Boone Toreadors 10-8. From Gary Telford Field, I'm Tim Davis for executive producer Dan Ingsler and my color man Pat Winya. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and come out tomorrow night, Little League night. So come out and say hello. Go Bombers.